Hey y'all, what's going on? Happy Sunday to y'all. I pray that y'all Sunday was well and productive. I pray that y'all went to church and y'all heard a great word because I know that my Sunday was awesome. I came on here real quick to talk to y'all about something that has been on my spirit for like 2 days, and I turned it into a quote today, and then I was like, I gotta do this video. So, um, typical. We are so used to our typical routine, our typical group of friends, our typical way of thinking. We're so used to the typical. But we think typical, but we be wanting like greatness. We be wanting miraculous. We be wanting unexplainable things um, to happen to us. But how are we supposed to experience the greatness, the undescribable, the miraculous, if we're always thinking typical, if we're always boxing ourselves in? I say this all the time to y'all on like every video because I be reminding it to myself. We are our own biggest hindrance. We speak so much positivity over ourselves and things like that. And we want all of this greatness to happen, but we're so used to the quote unquote typical that that's all we're able to see. But we have to remember that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Just because you don't see this miraculous big thing happening right now doesn't mean it's not happening. It might not be happening in this big, extravagant, grand way, but God is definitely moving. In order to get beyond typical thoughts, typical dreams, typical, the basic, you have to believe beyond the basic. You have to speak beyond the basic. You have to know that you have to believe it, and you have to speak it, that your greater is coming. You can't say you want greater and you want this and you want that, but you're suppressing everything that you want because you're scared, because you're fearful. So you choose to stick with the typical. It's time out for typical. If we want greater, we gotta go beyond comfort. We gotta go beyond what we're used to. We have to step up and step out. I sent a quote out maybe like 2 days ago. Stepping up and stepping out requires leaving some people behind, stepping away from. In order to get out of the typical, you got to get out of your way. You got to get out of your way. You got to trust, and I keep saying it because I'm reminding myself of all these things. You have to trust what God is telling you. You have to trust what God is showing you. You're not going to understand everything, but you have to just go. And I know um, picking up and going and moving in a direction that God is telling you to move in, and you don't understand it, it's going to be uncomfortable. Like he told Abraham, like you're going to be the father of many nations. He basically told him all of these things. You think he wasn't scared? But his faith was beyond typical. So he went forth. Yes, I'm sure he thought about it like, is this really what I need? What I really got? What you need me to be doing? Really what you want me to do? But we don't realize we speak so much greatness, but then we counteract it because we don't move on it. We sit. We speak, but we don't move. We playing, but we don't move. That's typical. It sounds good, but we ain't doing nothing with the sounds that we making. Like my first lady say, talking loud and saying nothing. So, in order, I'm going to basically what I'm trying to tell y'all is get out of your way. Stop thinking typical. Think greater, speak greater, believe greater, claim greater. Like everything you need, God has already equipped you with it. He's just waiting for you to open your mouth. He's waiting for you to move. He's waiting for you to do what you know you need to do, but you don't do it because you're used to the typical. I'm speaking from experience. I still have to encourage myself to do things that I'm doing because I'm used to a certain thing. But when God says move, I have gotten to the point where now I move. I don't worry about um, how this is gonna happen, how this is gonna be, what's gonna come. If God told me to do it, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna trust that He's going to provide what needs to be provided for me to get what He has placed in me to get done. So move beyond the typical, y'all. Speak greater, think greater, live greater. Encourage yourself. Speak positivity over yourself. Find you a scripture of encouragement. Say it to yourself every day. Keep pushing towards those plans that you got in you because it's needed. It's needed. It's needed. It's needed. It's needed. Is all I can say. I'm gonna be coming back later this week with another video, but I just wanted to encourage y'all today. Get out of your own way. I know I say that all the time. Stop thinking typical. If God wanted us to be typical and basic, He wouldn't have made us with such complex minds, with so many talents and things like that. It's in you for a reason. Stop compressing it. Stop making it like it's nothing, and God has already showed you it's something, and it's something that somebody needs. So, it's the next video, y'all. Keep praising, keep fighting, keep worshiping, keep standing, keep being unapologetically you. Take the limits off. Keep trying daily to take the limits off yourself. Experience new things. Share a new part of your story. Don't be afraid to pour into people because you never know what that can do for somebody. Until next video, y'all. Be blessed.